What's up? I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with Big OMeezy.
What's up with it?
Hey, what is up with it?
Steady at it, campaigning like the president.
Oh, okay. I mean,
not the new one, not Trump.
the before, the
not
prior.
Trump, but
yeah.
kind of Obama the way he was campaigning, but not this sucker ass motherfucker. I ain't on his team. I'm on and whoever else after that.
Well, 2020, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Well, I mean, to the effect though, working like the president is the thing that you're saying, like you're always putting in work, you're always on your grind, and you're consistent with like what you're trying to do for your city and for yourself and like the music scene.
No question.
So before we get into all the new stuff, because you guys gotta check out the new singles, Been Drinking, and Go Crazy. But before we talk about those, I want to get into your past as an artist, because you with Stick With It Records,
right.
You've been also like doing your own thing for a really long time. So let's start from the beginning.
So, I mean, the beginning for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a 90s baby. I came in the game when I was a young mustache, probably, like 18 when I got in the game. So 1995, something like that, as far as on the music scene. Linked up with E40, you know what I'm saying, Sick With It Records in 95, you know what I'm talking about, climbed up the ladder, you know what I'm talking about, paying dues. You know what I'm saying, doing everything, you know what I'm saying, from security to road management, all that, you know what I'm saying, at the same time having a hunger for the music business and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time, it really about sharpening my skills, you know what I'm talking about, learning. I'm a student of the game, so I knew I was in the right place as far as being around people who had information that I could, you know what I'm saying, download into my brain and make myself a better human being and more productive in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what being with 40 and Sick With It did in 1995, you know what I'm talking about, put me on a path to greatness.
Well, it's something that stuck out about what you just said was that, treating it like a business. I feel like a lot of people in the industry or, whatever, outside looking in don't realize that this game is a business. Like the music industry is something that you have to play a role in. You got to put your dues in.
It's a business, but you also, you know what I'm saying, one thing about our path is that we have fun with it. The music business is supposed to be fun. I know everybody now is all about, everybody want to kill each other. Everybody want to this, that, and the third. It's all kind of animosity, all kind of YouTube blogs, and everybody blogging, and everybody mad at each other and all this type of shit. But, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, it was a lot more networking. And a lot, come get on my song, I get on yours. And, you know what I'm saying, it was that type of thing. And I wish it was kind of like that, but it's not. So you have to adjust to what it is now.
Yeah, very true. Well, back then it seems like you just still obviously had like your rivalries with like different kind of artists, but ultimately, like what you said, the whole gist of it was just that people really wanted to express themselves, and they wanted others in just the world to understand like not only whatever the pain, but what that they're going through, but the pride that they had for their city, the purpose that they wanted to spread, their sound out to other people.
Right.
So, I mean, how do you think then the music industry has changed since the 90s?
Well, the 80s hip hop, it was being written as it was happening. The 90s was being written as it was happening. Even in the 2000s, it was being written. So, in this generation, they doing their own thing. You know what I'm talking about? So it's being written, but there's an accumulation of all the generations that are at some point are going to come together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And there's going to be a renaissance of what it was and what it can be in order for it to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There has to be an evolution of it. You know
Very
what I'm saying?
true.
Even from what it is, people might want to talk about, they're talking about skinny jeans, but back in the days they had polka dots.
Yeah.
And people was wearing their high top fades with different colors and African beads, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And African medallions. So it's always style and everything ebbs and flows and changes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, evolution, which is the title of my new album. It's just a culmination of everything, and I just put my mind into everything that I've been through all these years. And the metamorphosis of me being a young student in the game to, you know what I'm saying, being a professor at this shit. You know what I'm talking about? There's no part of this shit that I ain't seen or been a part of, you know what I'm saying, even through my actions or through watching 40 and being with 40. So it's like now it's time to take it to another level, and that's where we at with it.
Well, again, like to your point, you do have to respect your elders and know your past to know where you're going and like what your future holds.
Right.
I'm always curious, especially for someone who's been in the industry for so long, you must have like a ton of like wild stories that just like of not only like just like things that happen at concerts, but like things that personally happened to you. Is there any story that sticks out to you of like a pivotal time in your career?
Man, let me tell you something. I kind of, it's like if we have a show, me and 40 have a show, I kind of like don't even want to know what it is. I like to just show up and just be like, holy shit, that's what this is.
Okay.
And it might be a festival, it might be, and you be like, holy shit, like oh my God, Still Post, that's my favorite reggae band. They right next door to us. Like, let me go over there and introduce myself. But one of the biggest moments ever in lifetime, 40 was signed to Warner Brothers, and I think it was a Grammy pre-party or after party, and we went to one of the executives' house, and he had a party at his house. That's when 40 was signed to Be and Me, Lil Jon, and we was at the house early, watching some of Lil Scrappy's new videos, and then I think we just stayed and post up because I think it was Tom Wiley. I think he was the president of Warner Brothers, and he was like, "Yeah, we having a party. There's gonna be some celebrities, some people coming through." So I'm chilling, right? And next thing you know, I see like people like Paul Simon, Madonna, Seal. I'm at the bar drinking with Big and Rich. We're taking shots and shit. Like Linkin Park was there. I'm like, holy shit! But I'm so drunk, I'm taking so many shots. But everywhere I went in the house, it was like somebody like that. To this day, that's like the illest night of all times on the planet Earth. But there's also we did the last episode of the Jamie Foxx show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was huge. 40 played a part on that. It's just, man, it's just countless and or performing at Red Rock and just countless numbers and just different sequences and things that if you let them being on the Tech 9 tour, which was like our pretty much like the biggest tour with like 40 dates or some shit, you know what I'm saying, with like 2 days off and shit like that, just builds you up as far as what you're capable of doing.
True. Well, I'm curious, like, how does like being on tour differentiate from just like kind of individual shows?
Well, being on tour, that's like going to fucking war. Like, you got to be physically prepared, mentally prepared. You got to know just like your whole schedule as far as this is how much sleep I need, or I'm not going to get no sleep, or this is the food places we're going to eat. It's like, sound checks is every day is something. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta be on point because on the road you're out there doing a job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. Yeah. You're seeing a whole bunch of people that you know, a whole bunch of people calling you because you done did so many tours and they know you coming back. So now you gotta, reach out and everybody won't get in. And it's just a whole bunch of shit that it's fun as hell though. Don't get it twisted, but it's just, you gotta.
Well, it's definitely, like you said, there's like more highs and lows than like if you just have like a regular show.
Yeah, no question. Regular show, you just you show up, do your thing, hop on a flight back to the crib the next morning. A tour, you on a bus for multiple days. Everybody on the it's about 7 people and everybody gotta watch out, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, on the bus. It's small, we all big dudes, you know what I'm saying? You just got you got your bunk on the bus and shit, with your DVD, whatever your Blu-rays, whatever you go, you just gotta mentally, you know what I'm saying? We pull up to Walmart and we fill 2 baskets up full of food and shit and don't eat half of it, but and everybody just get whatever you want, just put it in the basket. These motherfuckers are just getting all kind of just weird shit, sausages and shit, and just all kind of shit that you're not even gonna eat, but it's just like I might want to at 2 in the morning have this whatever. So, and all that shit is fun and memorable, man, and it's better than having, you can't just, I could just, like I always count my blessings because I could be doing something else, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in East Oakland, man, in the 80s when shit wasn't roses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be doing what I'm doing now was a blessing, man, and I'm just happy to still be at it.
Yeah. Well, so what's your favorite part then of the job?
Performing. Okay. I love being on stage, man. I love to be 5 people or 10,000 people or 30,000 people. We performed in Amsterdam. We performed in Norway. We performed in Japan for the troops. You know what I'm saying? And we performed in London. We performed in New York. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London. We performed in Paris. We performed in New York. We performed in London you know, Bodo, Norway. Like it was like I know 90% of the people didn't speak English and shit, but they rock.
I was gonna say they still vibe. I mean,
they
music is something that transcends, I think, language, culture, and all of that, because ultimately it's like a vibe and it's a beat that people kind of tune in with.
Right. Well, one thing about Japan is like they still play vinyl. Like they still had old school Eazy-E and old school DJ like vinyl. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They was outside the hotel, our hotel, breakdancing and shit with linoleum on the floor. Like who does this shit? Like this shit is crazy. It's like a time warp. But it's like you know that the vibe might be what it is now in the States, but overseas it's something
different,
something totally different.
So what, now here you are after all these years, you've had all these experiences, and you're still putting out music. What keeps pushing you to keep doing that?
Well, I have children and I got to leave them. It's about legacy now.
Okay.
It's about, I've had plenty of fun, all the shit, all the all the accoutrement that come with that. It's still other levels to shit that people are trying to get to, but now you have to start leaving an impact and leaving a legacy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you continue, and not just that, but the E40s and the Snoops and the Ice Cube just dropped the dumbass album that I play at the gym back to back. You know what I'm saying? They still making dope ass music. So history is being written there because even people 80s hip hop artists are performing again. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the gym, going vegan and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
revitalizing themselves, right?
Bringing it back because they like. So I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? The fake shit is gonna get drowned out. It is what it is. There's too many talented individuals that's either coming back or you know what I'm saying. And it's just gonna be. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a renaissance of, people who thought it was over for them. That dust they shit. We just did a show not too long ago, rapping Forte, and I hadn't seen Forte in quite some time. It was an Ace of Spades we did with Too Short, and shit, I was a fan. I'm watching him like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? It's never over. You can't never count nobody out. It's never over for nobody, bro. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? If you keep God in your life, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? And if you make the effort to want to bring it back, you can bring it back.
Yeah,
straight up.
Very true. So what is the legacy that you want to leave with fans and your family? Like, what is something that you want to be remembered for?
I just want to be in the book, man. At the end of the day, they're going to have to mention OMeezy at some point. They're going to say he was a solid motherfucker. He was there since day one. You know what I'm talking about? He wasn't no sucker. He wasn't no punk-ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he started the game and he ended it on a high note. You know what I'm talking about?
Awesome. And so now let's kind of fast forward into the works that you're putting out now, because we've been talking a lot about evolution, right, and this culmination of your work. But I also want to talk a little bit about the 2 singles that you have out right now. So where can fans tap into that, tune into that, and on top of that, what was the inspiration behind those 2 songs?
So we did the when 40 announced that we was doing the Gift the Gab tour, which is his album. Yep. I was like, okay, and I performed in the middle of our show. We do an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So in the middle of the show, 40 takes a break, and then I go out there and rock about 3 songs. So I'm like, damn, I gotta have some, I need some shit. So I was like, okay, everybody I know is gonna be high, plus they're gonna be drinking.
You're like, so what about making songs?
So I'm gonna make an all called Ben Drinking. So I got the beat from my homie GB, Mr. GB, and that's the first thing popped in my head. Was like, I'm high, plus I've been drinking. Yeah. I'm high, plus I've been drinking. And I wrote that shit and banged that shit out, and that shit was going crazy on the tour. And then La Rue was like, man, you gotta do a remix. He was like, just let me get on that motherfucker. I said, it's a bet. So as soon as I got off the road, hit up fucking Yuck. I mean, I had a list and shit, but I'm one of them artists, man. When I got some shit in my head, I can't be waiting for people. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way I get out. So I have an A list, and I have a B and C and D, and that was my B list. It was, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers that I already knew La Rue was fucking with it. I hit up cause he's real smokers. I fuck with real smokers. Young Mouth, real smoker. You know what I'm saying? Cousin Feek, real smoker. You know what I'm talking about? And we banged that out, and we shot the video. During the Ice Cube show we did here in Second Golden One, and at another Streets Pub and Grub, and we shot that shit. That was like the whole day. I shot that shit in one day. So that was the thought behind Been Drinking.
Yeah.
Now Go Crazy, which is the new one out, produced by Ambition. That was just me sitting on Instagram and sitting on YouTube and sitting on Facebook, absorbing all the emotions of the people. It was during the government shutdown. I knew everybody was just like 2 seconds away from going crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, I seen Soulja Boy screaming and was talking about drink, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm one of them. I feel people's emotions, and I write it out according to, and that was just like, and I was like, okay, well, I'm frustrated too.
Yeah.
Let me vent.
Yeah.
And that's where that came about.
Awesome. And so fans, you guys can check that out. Both are available now. And what's the best way to follow you and to tap in with that?
Shit, you hit me on Instagram, you hit me on Facebook, you hit me on Twitter. Everything is concurrent at BIG OMeezy. All my music. I dropped my first project in 2010. That's The Great Communicator. That's my moniker, The Great Communicator. I got that from my father. He gave me that. He actually, I think Ronald Reagan was the first person they called a communicator. But he put that label on me because, you know, when I was living in San Francisco, I would just have all kind of Asians and whites and Indians, all kind of people would just gravitate to. I'm an Aries, so you know we that type of.
You guys are. You're very balanced and very rational and good at speaking.
So exactly. So he was just like, you know, you a great communicator.
Yeah, master communicator.
And I just said, okay. So it just stuck. A lot of motherfuckers didn't understand why I was calling myself the great communicator. First of all, my father named me. He gave me the moniker. Yeah. So what you gonna do? So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 40 named me Big OMeezy. So it's Big OMeezy, the great communicator. Awesome. So that was my first album, and then I right now I'm working on my 7th project. You know what I'm saying? Right now that's Evolution. That's my 7th. So you know what the number 7 is about. So you know what I'm saying? That's about bigger shit. So
yeah, and again, guys, it's gonna be out in spring, so you definitely have to tap in, tune in to the project. I'm really excited to see the songs that are on there. Can you give us any sneak peeks of some of the maybe some of your single songs on there that you're really looking forward to having people listen to?
No.
Dang, you guys, I guess what's happening.
I mean, anybody that listens to my projects, they know I usually do a intro that explains the album, and then I do an outro. But this album is literally gonna be written in like a month, and it's just gonna be in the current shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See,
that's kind of like, even though I ain't really fucking with Kanye, cause he fuck with Trump right now, so I'm upset with him right now. So, but I like how when you listen to Kanye, he be having some shit that just happened last week.
Yeah.
On his album.
Yeah.
I kind of want my shit to be current. So even if I write some shit now, and 3 months from now, that shit may not be relevant. So true. I could damn near wait another month, have that motherfucker written, and everything would be relevant and shit.
Well, again, I think it just comes with the times.
But that's why I wrote the 2 singles, because I knew that was going. Yeah. Motherfuckers still gonna be going crazy for the next 3 months. That's a fact, though.
Very true.
Motherfuckers still gonna be smoking and drinking for the next 3 months.
Forever.
Fact, though.
Forever.
Right.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I'm glad that people aren't gonna have to wait until spring, though, to hear you talk and hear you speak, because you have a radio show that's coming up on the road, right?
Right.
And let's talk a little bit about that.
So my partner every time I had an interview, a project coming out, Ed Waterford, E-Water, he always had me on his show, you know what I'm saying, to talk about my projects. And then I just hit him out the blue for this single, and I was like, what's up, can I get on the talk about my project? And he was like, are you still doing it? Because I had another show, The Real Spill Show. It was like a live podcast that I had hella people on there. And he was like, you still doing it? I was like, no, I'm not doing that right now. It's in hiatus, or whatever. He was like, well, shit, well, you don't cut, so I ad-lib.
He's like, oh, dang.
Yeah, he was like, well, do you want to do your own show? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my whole thing is opportunities don't, what's it saying? Opportunities, like when an opportunity comes, you got to jump on the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is the opportunity comes knocking or whatever you got?
Some shit. It's like, it's basically like, you know what I'm saying? If I say, hey, man, you want to go on the road? And he be like, well, I might go on the road next year, so I'm cool right now. No, you got to jump on that shit. That shit may not be, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Well, it's definitely saying more like yes to more opportunities and being open.
So basically, I was just like, hell yeah, I'll do that shit. So you know what I'm saying? So that starts February 5th. That's the debut premiere. And Droopy, E40's son, he got a project that just dropped today called Jupiter, and so we're gonna play a couple of records, and you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have him on the show. And then I'm be every Tuesday after that.
Awesome. So how can fans tune into that? Is that on, like, obviously, it's like a podcast radio show? So
it's Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
So you just go on Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
Slash eWater. It's all, if you go on my Instagram, all the information is going to be right there with the call. I can actually have people call in. You know what I'm saying? I can do the interviews over the phone. I can do it from anywhere. So it's on the road with Big OMeezy, which means shit, I might be here. I might be at a barbershop. I might be at Streets Pub and Grub, which is the first location.
Yeah.
And I just want to be, I don't want to just be stuck. And if I want to do it in my office at the house, I can do that too.
Yeah, but you want to have that ability to, like you said, to be able to go other places, meet other people, bring in a diversity of people onto the show.
I don't want to be locked in and be like, man, we can't pay the rent. So the show's over. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want nothing to depend on the location.
You're like, we can do it in the car,
I
on
do
the
this shit in
bus,
the
on
bathroom.
the train.
As long as I got Wi-Fi, it's Gucci. You understand?
Starbucks. You got to find it with Starbucks,
as long as I got
right?
my laptop, I'm good. I can do the show and on my fucking phone. So.
Well, I know I'm definitely excited to hear that because now it's like your own featured show and you always pulling on really dope artists, like you said. E40 Sun's going to be on there.
And I can't be a communicator if I don't communicate.
Exactly.
Hello.
Exactly. I do want to talk a little bit about your feature that you just had on 360 Radio.
Okay,
shout out the crew over there. So, I mean, obviously you're a great communicator and you talk a lot. What is, like, something that you really enjoy, though, about doing, like, the podcast and the radio side?
I love it because you can be brutally honest. You know what I'm talking about? I've had some stints on, like, radio where you got to be clean and you got to watch what you say and balance everything out, but I like being able to not to be unrestricted. If I want to get drunk and smoke and just curse, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, but McYee and you know what I'm saying. These are people who've been fucking with me since day one. When I was still getting my confidence up, and you drop your first project, you damn near gonna throw up because you don't, you know what I'm saying. You don't know if people are gonna accept you. You don't know if they gonna keep you in a fucking box. You know what I'm talking about? Of whatever you was doing. Oh, what he think he can? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. They was, especially McYee, because you know she had my posters and my first CD and all the shit. So anytime I can go up there and rock out, you know what I'm saying, that's my privilege, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what's up with that.
So I always ask.
Shout out to Top Shelf, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, shout out to the crew over there. Definitely. I mean, I really appreciate any individuals that are shining the light on other artists and creatives. I think it's really important because, you know, a lot of this industry, like you said, can pull us and make us divided, and it's really those platforms that make us all come together and really shine light on one another and just the music industry in and of itself. Right.
Because you know, I always liked it when when Will Smith or somebody had a movie come out, and then you see him like on every show. You started the first show early in the morning, and you're gonna see him all throughout the day on 50 million shows. Why you can't do that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why we can't do that even just here in SAC? Like, who cares how many shows it is? Everybody got it. But I purposely, with my show, I made it come on at 6 to 7. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Because the Top Shelf goes from 7 to 9. You know what I'm
well, again, it's like not stepping on.
So I don't want to, you know, but at least I consciously thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to cross collateralize with my folks. I want to make sure that if my shit is not earlier, it's at least another day or something like that where it's not stepping on my folks.
Well, showing your respects, but also still like doing your own thing.
Right, no question.
So what advice do you have then for individuals who are just now getting into the music scene, or maybe some people who've been hustling but, like you said, are nervous to kind of let themselves be seen?
I just talked to somebody just not too long ago who was working on their second song that they ever recorded.
Oh, wow.
And he got his beat off of fucking YouTube, which I know he won't be able to use, but it's like, I'm not gonna discourage you and put salt in your game or just like, man, you need, because it's all stepping stones, it's all stumbling blocks. Everybody need to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here I give game. It's like I said on 360, I give game. That shit's always bit me in the ass, but I still evolve in the way that I allow people to cross me, basically. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I learned from that. Okay, I won't do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? You always evolve on your learning of how not to let nobody fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like now, when I do it, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not managing. I'm consulting. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some fees involved, and that's what's going to let me know that your ass is serious about your craft, because it's motherfuckers out there that's investing a lot of money into their craft and spending a lot of money, and shouldn't nobody not have to go through that same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, it's like if, you know, if you have experiences someone else doesn't have, and they're, you know, they look to you for that advice, it's like, it's only like right for you to be like, hey, this is what I had to do to stumble through, and I don't want you to have to do that same thing. So here's kind of like my wisdom and my parting, so that you can kind of be a better artist, or
right.
You know.
But see, everybody, all the OGs and all the smartest people in the room are telling you don't do a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? So they telling everybody no 360 deals, because that's like slavery. You giving your masters up. Other people is getting bigger chunks of your hard work. So basically, every rapper should be a CEO. You know what I'm saying? Even if you sign to somebody else, you should be getting at least 50%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as a CEO, it all starts and stops on you. True. People can give you information and say you should do this, but shit, the average rapper got to figure out his album cover. You got to take the pictures. Who gonna take the pictures?
Yep.
What studio he gonna work at? How many songs you gonna do? Who, you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna get featured on? Can you know what I'm saying? There's so many decisions that come into being an artist. Do I want shirts? Should I put my face on this shirt? Who should I get to make it? You know what I'm saying? How many should I make? You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that you had to figure out. You know, it's like you should be hands-on with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to put your whole program in somebody else's hands.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have that person no more, you lost. You don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you weren't in it from the jump.
Right, no question.
Yep.
You know, so first thing as an artist, I taught myself Pro Tools, so I can engineer my own session. I have my own my whole inbox in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go to Intel because he makes it easy. He's recorded all my projects. Jay Intel.
Yeah, and shout out Jay at Almond Labs. He always keeps it lit.
Straight up. So you know what I'm saying? It's and the team. You got like I said, he's been my team. Like my sound, he makes sure my shit is crispy and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I go to him, it can be tracks all over the place. He gonna get them and compact them and make them a song. Yeah, make it a song. So people like that, man, you can't burn no bridges and shit like that.
No, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Me and him ain't never fell out with, you know what I'm saying? Ain't never been it's been little small little bumps, but you know what I'm saying? Not between me and him, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's just like working with different personalities, but understanding that, you know, there is value in your team, and that like you can't do it without a team.
No question. No. And you got to do shit like this. Yeah. You got to do interviews. You can't just no, it's because you can't just do music. Even it's like when you posting shit on every fucking morning, and even 40 does it. Like every morning, you gotta check your Instagram, you gotta check your LinkedIn, you gotta check your Twitter, you gotta check your your motherfucking Snapchat. You gotta figure out what you want to post, what time you want to post. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta scan fucking see if any of your homies. It's so many things just before you even wake up.
Yeah, just like upkeep.
Right, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you can't really pay nobody to do it because.
Well, you want your voice.
Yeah, you want your
voice, because ultimately people follow you because they enjoy the character that you are.
Facto.
So it's hard when you're like to pay someone else because they don't know what's in your head, or they don't know your likes, your dislikes. I mean, they can kind of like somewhat fill in the blanks, but there's a difference between like authenticity and like what you said.
And then not even just that, but you don't want to give somebody else all the access to all your pictures and say, just be like, here, post this at 1:00. Do the shit yourself.
Yeah.
Getting once you get in the groove, it's gonna be something natural. Like an afro is just gonna be like, you're gonna just be seeing shit. Oh, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna do all this. Gonna be hilarious. Like and that's just that part of the music. Before you even get to the part where you actually writing raps.
Yep.
And taking your ass to the studio and calling somebody and say, hey man, can you hop on this, and doing all that shit. That's just because it's the evolution is 2019, so now you got to be on that part. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely full circle, huh?
Just like just how like when you did recorded us earlier, I'm like, you gonna send that to me, right? Because I got to post that shit. As soon as I get to the car, I got to hashtag you all the shit.
Hashtag all the. Well, thank you so much, Big OMeezy, for being on Fame by the Flame. I really appreciate you.
No question. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Well, fans, you already know what it is. I'm Noelle at Noelle's Notions, and this is Fame by the Flame with Big OMeezy.